Yeah, Maanzo, will this be the solution going forward?
I don't think so. First of all, to have an office of opposition leader, you must change the constitution, and it requires that to go to a referendum. It needs to go back to Kenyans. We have already a system, you know, we have a presidential system, and it is structured with majority and minority. So for you to really now come up, change from majority to minority, from majority to from government to opposition, then it means you must go back to the people through a referendum. And I don't think the idea of office of an opposition leader was brought in good faith. I think it was just a way of President Ruto keeping the minority busy or wandering or dangling a carrot. I don't think it is honest, because I know he firmly does not believe in amending the constitution, and especially through a referendum. You know, he opposed the BBI approach, and what we have seen latest is the presidential orders, which actually amend the constitution through the back door. That's what has been happening. So whatever suits the government, they come up with a presidential order. The law on presidential order is already settled by the courts that once you have a presidential order, it means there is a vacuum of a law. And when Parliament makes that law and the president signs it into law, then the presidential order can be withdrawn. And a good example is a position held by Honorable Mudavadi. It is through a presidential order which is actually unconstitutional. But that seems to be the norm of the day. Instead of, you know, amending the constitution and coming up with a proper prime minister or with a different system of government which brings all Kenyans together. The president is a symbol of authority. As soon as he wins elections, he must bring the country together. And must be able to be persuasive enough to hold the country together for prosperity and for the benefit of all citizens.
Yeah, but now there's also another conversation here. Is the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta, involved in any way in the protest of Azimio?
Not at all. But you see, as an individual, as a Kenyan, he has a rights. He has rights under the constitution. If he wants to demonstrate under Article 37, he can participate in a demonstration. But of late, I've not seen him actively, you know, participating in politics. Of course, he's still the leader of a Jubilee Party, although some coup was sponsored by government in an effort to destabilize Azimio. But I can assure you, as an individual, he still wields a lot of political power. He has a lot of following. For a moment, you know, Kenyan politics are very tribal. Really, who is a leader? He has been the leader of Central Kenya. As influence really totally died simply because President Ruto became president? I don't think so. The acts against him, you know, stealing his property, you know, state-sponsored stealing, state-sponsored again, crime, you know, burning down his forest, cutting his trees, you know, things like that. And even now coming up with a law to frustrate his constitutional rights on retirement benefits. In fact, it's really ridiculous.
Gatundu South Member of Parliament Gabriel Kagombe filed a motion in the National Assembly seeking to have Mr. Kenyatta denied his retirement packs for being involved in politics.
Well, a motion is not sufficient. You know, these are new member of parliament. He may need to talk to Kimani here. He needs a bill. And then that bill, if we were to use a majority, it has to go to the president or something like that. But again, also under the constitution, to change that, you need 2/3. And I can assure you, President Ruto cannot amend the constitution at all currently. If it is the one to be amended through parliament, he will not get the 2/3 number. And that's why, for his own goodwill, I like this bipartisan idea, and for better management of the country. There comes a time you need the opposition. There comes a time the government engages the opposition on matters of importance to the nation, so that if you are passing a law which benefits the nation, then you can get the 2/3. For now, he cannot change the constitution. He still doesn't have the number, and despite a very big effort of persuading, or is it by a lot of Azimio people to join his government through the back door.
Yeah. Nerima, what are your thoughts on this?